We have a budget shortfall in the state of Texas, over $10 billion. We've reported it to be $18 billion. If elected, how do you plan on cutting spending to balance the budget? Which areas do you specifically look to cut if you had to? Mr. Isaac.
Thanks, Leslie. It's a tough question. We've got an $18 to $22 billion budget shortfall. If you want the government run like a business, let's send a businessman to the government, someone who's worked to learn to do more with less every single day. We need to be more efficient, and I will work to ensure that the government is more efficient, that it learns to do more with less. Zero-based budgeting, not starting at a budget that was the same as the previous years, starting at a $0 figure where you justify the amount of money that you need so that we can help you work to eliminate waste, not where you're given an incentive on the last month of your budget and say, gosh, we've got a bunch of money left over, we better run out and spend it so that we can start over at the same level as we did last year. That is not a good attitude. That is not a business attitude. We need to be more efficient. But one area in particular where we can work to eliminate funds is that this state provides social services to people without requiring that they prove that they are here legally. Yes, our tax dollars are being provided to people that do not have to prove they are here legally to qualify for those benefits. That is just a huge incentive plan. It's a big carrot for illegal aliens to come over here to our state. We need to stop that, and that will fix a lot of problems. And I will support that next session along with passing voter ID. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mr. Isaac. Now Representative Rose, the budget question.
So in 2003, my first session, we walked into an approximate $10 billion shortfall. That was of about a $120 billion budget. Budget's bigger now. It's about the same proportion of an $18 to $22 billion budget shortfall that we're walking into in 2011. I was one of the few people in my political party who supported the appropriations bill that balanced that budget, that made the cuts necessary. And it's not easy to make those cuts, but I would say, Leslie, to your question, to answer your question, you've got to look across the board for cuts, because the wider you spread them, the less pain is felt in each individual cut. So we've got to find $18 to $22 billion worth of cuts. We need to do that without raising taxes. Some of the rainy day fund ought to be spent to help us balance that so we can decrease the pain, whether that be to our elderly, to our school kids, or to Texas State University, for example, big job creator in our region. And it is, on the illegal immigration issue, my opponent makes a valid point. I will say this, he's running for the wrong job. If he wants to fix that issue, he ought to run for Congress, where those decisions are made about extending benefits. Medicaid benefits are provided in the emergency room because Congress sets that guideline. And that is absolutely fact. I know that because I chair the Human Services Committee that handles those issues. So when we're talking about partisanship and when we're talking about taking positions that matter to each of us, I will tell you exactly how I feel, and I will always vote for our district over political party, and I'll always tell you what I can actually have an impact on. I'm not going to promise you things that I need to go to Washington to deliver. And what I'm very committed to doing is making sure that we grow our business environment, help sponsor and support tort reform, help balance budgets, help create a regulatory environment in Texas that's very pro-business. We have got to make sure that we continue to grow jobs. We created more jobs in Texas over these last years than the majority of states did in the United States combined. We need to continue that record. My endorsement by the Texas Association of Business, the National Federation of Independent Business, and Texans for Lawsuit Reform, they're all behind me because of my record for creating jobs in this district. We need to keep doing it.
Thank you, Representative Rose. Now time to wrap with 1 minute apiece. We will begin with Mr. Isaac. One last minute.
Great, thank you. Again, Jason Isaac, running for state representative. I'm not the incumbent. I'm not a lawyer. No offense if you are. I'm just fed up with the way things are going. Representative Rose talks about growing jobs. You don't grow jobs by creating taxing districts. You don't grow jobs by raising spending. Jobs go where taxes are low. We, in this particular, people under this tent tonight, we are paying more money than we should because Representative Rose catered to a special interest and created a development district here within this area at our expense, at the expense of additional firefighters and service people here. It just happened to be one of his largest contributors that did that. I will not answer to special interests. I accept over 80% of our campaign donations right here from within this district. Representative Rose is right at 80% outside of the district. I want the people from within House District 45, Blanco, Hayes, and Caldwell counties. You are the special interest. not outside groups. Not outside groups that have endorsed Representative Rose when he has a failing grade with those organizations. That's like asking your high school teacher that you failed out of class a letter of recommendation. It's not acceptable. It's politics as usual. It's called the friendly incumbent rule. Let's send some career politicians packing this November. I'd appreciate your support. I'm Jason Isaac. Thank you.
Representative Rose, take your turn.
Thank you for moderating, Leslie. Congratulations to KDRP on your FCC license. Fantastic. Let's give you a round of applause for being on the air and doing it. So I came into office to serve my community, my hometown. I have always worked to represent the interests of this district first. That is why the doctors who, through the Texas Medical Association, the small business owners through the National Federation of Independent Business, or the gun owners who care about the Second Amendment through the Texas State Rifle Association, National Rifle Association, all support my campaign. I've delivered real results like this center turn lane on 290, like making sure that Dripping Springs doesn't have fund balance swept when we're trying to take care of a problem that affects the health of our kids. I'm going to continue to work to bring people together to get things done. That's what's broken with Washington. That's what is right with Austin. And it is my record of solving difficult issues, whether it be putting people together for groundwater district reform so that we can make sure that we have consensus built on an issue that's very charged, or whether it be fixing our Chapter 41 problem by reducing our Robin Hood payment by $3.3 million. It's those sort of solutions we deserve. I appreciate the opportunity to serve you, and I'd be honored to be able to continue doing it. Thank you very much.
We thank both Representative Rose and Jason Isaac for being here tonight. Remember, our event has been broadcast live on the radio, KDRP 99.9, on the website as well, kdrplive.org, and we have been live video streaming this at kdrp.tv. If you'd like to watch any part of this event, maybe you missed an earlier section, we'll have the video available on the website tomorrow afternoon. Again, that's kdrp.tv. We want to take a minute just to thank a few folks for putting this event together tonight. Eric Willis, Leslie Bradshaw, Lisa Hadley with Belterra, Ryan Shue, Denver O'Neill, and the entire KDRP staff for helping with this entire event. Jeff Berthelsen, Scott Evans with 1826 Production. It's made us all sound really good tonight. Thank you so much for that. Again, I'm Leslie Rhode with KXAN Austin News, reminding you to go vote. October the 18th, you can start voting early. And when you want to watch the results come in, turn to KXAN Austin News. KXAN.com. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm a follower. Oh, no, you're not. I am. I'm watching.
Representative, hey, be safe, all right? Take care. Yep, you too. Thanks, Leslie. Appreciate it very much. Good to meet you, too. Enjoyed it. Nice job.
Good luck to you. We'll be watching.
Thanks.